Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to give you a few quick tips before you start cleaning out your garden beds for the fall so that you don't throw away some very free and valuable resources that you have at your fingertips. Before we get started, I just have one announcement. I am starting a newsletter, and if you want to be included in this newsletter, please email me at 90percentnative@gmail.com and I will add you to that list. I won't be spamming you, maybe an email a month or a quarter, but I did want to get that information out there because I keep forgetting to tell you guys in my videos. First and foremost, leaving your garden beds as is over the fall and winter is the best thing that you can do for wildlife. So that means leaving up the stalks and the leaves, and it's probably going to look all untidy, but that is the best thing that you can do for your local wildlife. However, some people don't like their garden beds to look untidy, and also for me right now, I have some perennials that need a little bit of a cleanup, and I am cleaning out my raised bed gardens so that I can plant all of my fall and winter vegetables. And with that, I end up with a lot of debris. So when I go into cleaning up or tidying up some beds, what I like to do is to make two piles. One pile is for healthy debris, and the second pile is for unhealthy, diseased, what I think might be diseased debris. With the debris that I think might be unhealthy, I don't want to put that back into my landscape, so I go ahead and I put it in my trash bin. However, there are a few things that you can do with that healthy debris. The first thing that I like to do is I like to take my debris and I like to chop it up and put it back into my soil. Right here, I have some of my salvia plants that I wanted to cut back to regenerate the plants because the blooms looked like they were about at their end, and I wanted to get it to reflush. So I have all this material. So instead of throwing this away in the trash bin, there are a few options that you have. I had a little bit of time yesterday, so what I was doing was I was chopping it up and putting it into my green bin. So what I am going to do with this extra plant material is I am going to use it as a mulch on my raised garden beds. I would just leave it on the top of the beds in between the plants and let that material decompose and go back into the soil and add all that goodness back to the soil. The second thing that I do, and it may be in addition to, or it may be just on its own, but for the native plants that I am tidying up, if the seed heads are mature, so most likely that's when they are brown or crispy or something like that, I will take the seed heads and I will just chuck them into my native plant hedgerow or some of my wild areas, depending on the seeds that they are and the soil conditions that I'm throwing them into. And that is in an effort to get free native plants growing in those areas. And I can tell you that after a few years of doing this, it is definitely working. Now, if I don't have any time at all, I will take the plant debris and I will just chuck it in my compost bin to decompose and be ready for me to use at a later date. Just know that when you do that, if you're throwing like whole stalks of plant material into your compost bin, it is going to take a lot longer to decompose as opposed to chopping it up. When you chop up your plant debris into small pieces, then it will decompose faster. Just make sure though, when you throw things in your compost, if you have dried up seed heads from cutting flowers or non-native perennials and things like that, you may not want to throw those into your compost because you may run into a situation where you have them self-seeding out in your wild environments. So just a note of caution. So those are my quick tips so that you can use that valuable resource when you are cleaning out your garden beds and put it back into your environment. Okay everyone, the wrap-up part of my video was corrupted, so I'm just going to say goodbye here. Thank you so much for joining me, and if you would like to learn more about native plants, I am going to put a video up on the screen so you can get all the details there. Thank you so much, and I will catch you again next time.